happening? What's happening, everybody? It's K Mega 405 coming from you live from the 405, where I'm just your regular gamer talking to the intelligent gamers. Um, you know what? I have to give my boy 100 some props because he gave me some inspiration. He gave me some inspiration to do this video. Um, his video was basically asking, where the pony's at, whatever, 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 and he does it in his own little charismatic way. Uh, but I was just listening to the video while I was playing Fantasy Star. Before that, was playing Sea of Thieves last night, and it was one of those things where it hit home to me about a couple of things. And what I'm saying, I wish I could do this as a live show on YouTube, but the way things are, just have to pre-record it. But uh, this is the thing that trips me out, right? For years, I mean, it's like what Hunter said. We've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this for a while now. I enjoy every bit of it. There's just moments where you get beat down a little bit because of the fact of you because of work and then you come in and then you do the podcast, or if you want to try to do a couple of videos, things like that. By the time I've been had my time off, I mean, I've been really enjoying what I'm doing, especially getting into the streaming and everything like that. Um, but eventually get back to work, gonna get the grind pack, but it's still gonna be, it's still, I enjoy it regardless. That's why I continue to keep doing it. It's not for money or fame or anything like that. I mean, you do appreciate when people um, support you, and they show love by giving you games, super chat, and that's like the stuff we do on Mixer now, Embers and all that stuff, right? But it's what I'm saying, that's what you do this for. It's for the people that support you no matter what. And even though for you have people out there that may disagree with you, you can have decent discussions. You guys can debate it, and then you leave, you go into your own corners, come back and you do it again because it's something that's brought up. I kind of look at it like with Knox or Brap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no ill will towards anybody. Let's make that clear. I don't have, what I'm saying, people might think that I have certain type of hatred or dislike for other content creators out there because of past transgressions and misunderstandings and things like that. I don't, because I don't know these people like that. I just don't. Um, and even for the people that come and attack me, they bash me, they don't know me. I don't know them. I don't really care. I'll comment sometimes because it's humorous. But overall, like I said, I do this for the love. I've always wanted to talk about gaming. Never really had the time to do it in the 90s, what I'm saying, because of sports and school and all of that. And then, then work, and a kid and then, have children, then go and just life in general. And then the people that, I've dated and talked to through the years, they weren't into gaming like I was. Just, friends would come up to the house, couch co-op, do a couple of things, whatever. And then we got a chance to talk about games, and I knew how excited I was to talk amongst my peers about this stuff. And so now having it through social media, talking about this stuff, I love it. It's just the best hobby in the world for me. But then you have this. I don't get this. I never have, and I know that there's been this type of ignorance throughout the history of gaming. I know it is. I know it has been. I know it is. But when did it become a popular thing to be this is me talking to the stand out there that gets themselves ready and prepped for the day. They get on their computer, their phone, their whatever, most likely computers to do the stuff that they do, right? And then they go through pictures of people. They look at their history of their family members, their children, their wives or husbands, whatever, mothers, daughters, whatever, right? Take pictures, make memes and gifts and then make sock accounts and then sit all day on the interwebs, as 100 would say, on the internet and proceed to talk the most foul shit ever to another human being. Think about this for a second. Think about this. For people out here that'll listen to this video, think and comprehend for a hot minute how demented that is. How really crazy that is. You get behind a computer screen and act like someone else. It's different when you're a personality. Like you got people that'll be a certain way. Like I gotta tell you, I like when people come to me and talk about crap. I'm like, look, crap is one of the nicest people I've ever met. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when they asked me to be a part of BGST, you know what I'm saying? Crap was nice and always been cordial. All the other stuff that's been said, that's between them. You know what I'm saying? Crap has never been anything but nice to me. So same as with Mooch. You know what I'm saying? So. Um, and pretty much a lot of other people in those circles. You know what I'm saying? So what you see, those are personalities. I get it. It's business as usual with them. But for the people out there that rides for that stuff, that gets excited about it, because I remember when I was first starting to getting into this thing, and I was in Facebook groups, and I remember when people would just start tripping out, they would start going crazy, right? They would say, they would start doing all this stuff. It tripped me out, like, what? Why? How did they get these people's pictures? How did they do this? Why are they even taking it to these levels? And even though, at first I looked at it as, oh, people are just ragging, you know what I'm saying, popping the dozens, however you want to say it, clowning. I'd take it as just, banner. And people would come in and say, oh, I'm just here for the fuck shit. I didn't think about that until the fuck shit hit me. And regardless of how many people will lie and say that none of this stuff existed and all this stuff didn't happen and I'm just making this up for whatever stupid ass reason. Why would I make up stuff? I don't know. Whatever, regardless. The people that seen it, they know that is real. And when the fuck shit hit me, I was kind of like, whoa, wait a minute. I don't attack anybody. There's may have been my one time when I did the little stupid debate years ago, and I sit there and was going after Jabari's lisp. You know what I'm saying? Calling him Sylvester and shit, right? Which was it was stupid. It was foul. It was immature. But that's as far as it going with me. Um, Now you like I said, look at this. Look at this racist shit. Like, why? Why is it that we're talking about consoles, we're talking about games, we're talking about just the, say the excitement of what's coming between these both of these consoles. And even, you throw Nintendo people in there too. You know what I'm saying? I don't really see the beef so much except when I see when Baron he talks and stuff like that, right? So, but I don't ever take it to where it's to the degree. I'm sure it is. And the PC against console, all that stuff, right? But this is gross. There's no reason for this. I mean, I just was talking about Friday, and I was gonna post it up here, and I was, but I was like, I'm not. I get hit up right before the show of GRG, and there was somebody that had a picture of me. But fuck it, I'll just put it up there, just because people might say, "Oh, nigga, you lying," right? You know. Uh, and I got there's so many pictures and stuff. Like I was gonna make this whole video just showing just different pictures and sayings, and people was calling me out my name, calling me, what I'm saying, calling me um, racist names, of course, talking about my weight, talking about, me, talking about my family. My mom should be ashamed. Somebody's going over to go shoot up my mom's house. They put out addresses that they think that I lived or my mom lived or, crazy, crazy shit, right? Like, it's bananas how insane some of this stuff has been over the especially last 3 years, right? And anyway, let me see if I can find that picture, man. But yeah, it's like, what the hell is wrong with these people? Here we go, right here. I'll just post it right here, right? So this dude hit me up in the DMs, right? And so I'm being cordial with it because I already knew when I seen because he posted something about when I was talking about the PAX East situation, and I asked a simple question. And when I asked that question, I said, look, there's 29 cases in the United States right now, and there's more cases in Japan. So I wonder if they're going to are they going to start closing events at Japan? That caused the uproar for what? what what? And so now I'm looking at this and like what are we talking about? Why is this dude even tripping? So I'm trying to be cordial with the guy, right? Like, I mean, why are you spreading lies and misinformation? And anyway, why does it matter about I'm wearing an Xbox hat? Why are you even showing a picture of me and then trying to talk about my age and all this and all that, right? What's the problem with this? Why are we doing this? Why is it so personal like that for you? If you don't like what I have to say, don't listen. You don't like me, don't I don't really care. It's not going to stop. You see, this is the thing. These things don't stop me. They motivate me even more. Because obviously, if I'm touching you that much, if I'm in your brain, if I'm reading that space in your head that much, I want to devastate you. I look at it as me just being your overseer. I don't cower down to nothing, no one, except for the Lord Almighty Himself. That's it. I care nothing about what somebody gonna say about. I've had people threaten me, say they're gonna shoot me, they're gonna beat me up, they're gonna see me somewhere. They try to point where I live, all type try to make fake stuff to send to see where they can find me at, shit like that. You come stepping up your crazy ass up in my yard, and with Oklahoma's laws, it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna go out too well for you. I promise. So I have no worries about that because it's not that serious. I'm talking about gaming. What I do have a problem with is when people take that and then again he after I said what I said, right, and that was supposed to be some instead of I don't sometimes like I said I'm dyslexic and sometimes when I type too fast or whatever. And anyway, and so of course I get the fatso, I got you, oh, and I'm gonna block you. I I I don't get it. Like, you're mad because I am not going to have any hurt feelings because of the things that I say. You get pissed off about it. Look, every time I see somebody post something, I usually leave it alone. There was one time I didn't. There's a few times when I see stuff that I know that it's misinformation and they're trying to paint a picture to put people in a box to make it say you can't talk about this subject because it's too sensitive. But then in another way, it's completely it's a free for all. It's a free for all on the other end. That shit's got to stop. That's got to stop. It's another thing too. Is like what I said. Um, is basically. Let me put back the original stuff, man. Let me put back the original stuff. It's like what I said. Like, some people can really keep seeing this, understand how crazy these people are, man. How crazy they are, right? What's crazy is that, like, I made this point, right? I made it. I said it on Next last night. I said it. I posted it a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, look at this from the perspective of, let's say Sony did everything what Xbox has done for the last couple of months. The PlayStation 5 shown at the VGAs, so they got to look at we got to see what the console looked like. Countless interviews from different people within, let's say just Jim Ryan just coming out there just talking with the media, Digital Foundry doing stuff. You're hearing about all these games coming out and so forth and so forth and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you've seen from Xbox for the last couple of months, PlayStation did it. How would you think the reaction would be? When if they show, instead of like Hellblade, they would show like, I don't know, let's say hypothetically Bloodborne or something, looking like what Hellblade 2 looked like, or one of the flagships, which is I don't know, PlayStation's flagship, showing Gran Turismo or showing another Uncharted or something, right? It's just imagine how that would look like, and then everything that Xbox done is what Sony has been doing for the last couple of months. You only get a logo. You have a representative come and talk about a fast SSD, and then you get told a lie about a machine that's going to be not that's really 9.2 overclocking to 10.3. How do you think that that would play out? Nobody have seen what the new Xbox would look like. You only seen quantum error, and you only seen Godfall from Xbox. How do you think that that would play out? And then on top of that, uh, Halo. Let's say that Halo was going to be one of those games that was going to be looked at as being a title to come out this year, which in reality it is. But it got delayed because it was supposed to come out last year sometime, or uh, and people have been seeing different stuff of Halo Infinite throughout the last couple of years, and then eventually they push it back until May, and then all of a sudden they say, well, we're going to, because of the situation, the pandemic, we're not going to we're going to cancel it indefinitely. Now, how do you think the stands would let that play out? Would would Xbox gamers have the right to tell them to put this in a box? Look, this is this. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't do this. Or do you think it's going to be a free for all? The double standards within this community is absolutely outrageous because you already know what would happen. The people that listen that can't stand anything that comes out my mouth knows the truth. You can lie, you could get in there, you could get in the comment section, you can act a fool and say that this is this, this is that. You know exactly what your asses would be doing. You would say this is a lie, this is a fraud, and this that the journalist from Tataku, Jason Shire, he's called it out himself that it was just an economic move. Just as I said, didn't try to use the pandemic as this and that. Listen, I understand that it might be a sensitive time for some of these people, but if you claim to have all the games that you're supposed to claim to have or enjoy, then you have plenty to play until when The Last of Us come out or Ghost of Tsushima if that game gets delayed. You have plenty to play. I don't even worry about it. Like if the Xbox games get lineup gets pushed back until next year sometime or whatever, I'm not tripping because I got plenty to play. I'm over here playing games like Bleeding Edge and Fantasy Star and Blessed Unleashed and Ori and I got a backlog. And then there's still games that's going to be coming out. There's going to be Final Fantasy VII. There's going to be other games that's going to be about. As a gamer, there is nothing to worry about in the sense of playing games because there's been plenty of games that's been cheap enough to get. Of course, if you own Xbox, there's Game Pass. There is plenty of gamers are eating. They're eating good, game wise. Nobody is trying to throw anything in anybody's face about this pandemic because we know it's serious. But damn, it would have been a different thing if this game, The Last of Us, wasn't scheduled and gave three different dates of when they were coming out. And every time that they were scared of the competition, they didn't want to go against Halo. I'm sorry, not Halo. They didn't want to go against Gears 5 for some reason. And then the game was supposedly not ready at that time because of the whole crunch article and all that stuff, and so they needed to do some other things, so they need to push it back. March, those developers last month said that that game is ready to go. And they, in their interview, see, you heard two different things. When you heard the Sony report, you heard that somebody said, "Hey, we're going to do it this way because of this," and then you read the developers from Naughty Dog. They were pissed. They said, "Hey, our hands are forced." But this game is ready. They said it themselves. So as anybody with common sense would just say, hey, look, this is an economic thing. They just understand it. They don't think people might have the money. I get it. I said it on GRG. I said it in another video when I talked about this. It was a smart move by them. Nobody's mad at the shit, but just call it for what it is. It's about the money. You know? Then it comes into hard copies and digital. Listen, bro, if they knew that they recoup the money off of just all digital sales, they could. But see, that's the thing. Say they gave this impression that digital sales were dangerous. That's why they did the deal with GameStop. to make it think like hard copies while people are still getting railroaded by GameStop. Now GameStop is reaping what they sow because they have been scamming the gaming public for absolutely for damn near 2 decades. This stuff right here though, other than all that, it's out of bounds. And like I said, the inspiration of 100's video made me do this video because I'm tired of trying to explain myself when I'm talking about PlayStation. Every time I catch myself, oh man, I own a PlayStation. I own games. I'm a PlayStation a gamer. I've owned a PlayStation for. I always give this disclaimer before I talk about PlayStation, as though it needs to be said. When on the opposite side, they don't say shit. They don't even own an Xbox, and they have every right to say what they want to. It's a free country, and it's well, what I'm saying in the social space, you can say whatever you want to. You can even say this dog shit here that I'm posted right here about somebody talking about a person being black. But also, you have to understand this too. There's not going to be no more disclaimers. You don't like it, tough shit. Because I've been said it for years. I've owned a PlayStation. I've owned every PlayStation. This PlayStation was a gift to me, but I spent so much money on the games, it's well worth than the console itself. As many games as I've got for this console. I support PlayStation. I support console gaming. Heavy. Heavy. Now, I've never had as many games as I've had now. You know what I'm saying? Just because of hey, it just didn't happen that way. But but I always supported console gaming, and now I'm supporting PC gaming, and now I'm going to start supporting, uh, you know, uh, mobile gaming, especially when the XCloud pops off. I am not ashamed to say that I'm an Xbox first gamer. And I know other gamers should ever feel that way. I don't get mad when people tell me that they are a PlayStation 4 first gamer or only gamer. I'm just happy that you're a gamer. But the people that like this, that will come out here and they'll talk to you all damn day. They'll get behind in their little bunker and they'll talk to you and they'll keep talking to you all day. There's been times that I've done that crazy shit where I've just talked to people. We've had a slow work day and I pop something off and somebody just say something. They just get mad and they just want to go back. And I go back and forth with them, be gone for a couple hours, come back, we do it again, and then next thing you know, I cut myself like the next day. I'm like, I'm still talking to this person? Because it's not like, I'm taking breaks away from me going back and forth. This person hit me right back up just as quick. Just as quick, bro. Like right when I say something, they're right there. These lonely, sensitive, emotional, just filthy minded people, they aren't gamers. They just here for what I said back in the very beginning of this video when I used to hear from the old Facebook groups. I'm just here for the fuck shit. That's all they want to do. They don't care about. They may like these 5 or 6 games that they quote unquote realistic bangers, but they ain't no gamer. They don't give two shits. They just want you to feel bad, and anybody that feels that claims to be the gamer and try to make you feel bad about a purchase that you got isn't a gamer. I don't care if they got a YouTube channel, if they got whatever. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that people that has personas and they use that to say that if you buy Sea of Thieves or Bleeding Edge or Crackdown or Recore or any of these Xbox games, and I know it goes both ways. But the stand shall not have any power. Not here, and not with you. If you like Bleeding Edge, throw that shit up in their face. Look, I like Bleeding Edge. Look, I show tons of gameplay. And let people run with it. Let them look at it. Let them talk. That's publicity, son. Go ahead. Oh, it's doing bad on Steam. It's not people get gravitate. I'm gonna keep playing until the wheels fall off. Matter of fact, after I get done with this video, I'm gonna go ahead and play me a couple of rounds before I sit up here and get with the old lady and we watch a couple of movies and then I get back to some gaming later on tonight. I play games. And I have no problem with talking a little shit, but I'm always going to keep it above the fray. I'm not going underneath with you in the sewers. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You're not going to make me do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to say this type of language. That's gross. You know, I understand that there's people that that recorded a conversation that I had when we were off air on a podcast, and then use that. Oh, Mega's this, and he's a fraud. He's a certain way. No, 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 no. Let's get this right. You know what I'm saying? Conversation got heated. Things get, what I'm saying? Things get testy, and then I wouldn't do that type of shit on a live show because that's not what people need to hear. You know what I'm saying? And if I was the person that when they posted it and that was involved in that conversation, I would be pissed at the person that did it, unless they helped promoted it or something. And if they did, I don't know. That's some weird shit to me because it didn't make me look bad. All I'm saying at the end of the day is what I've always been saying. Got to do better. And this type of unnecessary garbage is not it's not necessary. It's not. We're talking about video games. And like I said, there ain't going to be no more disclaimers. If I got something to say about Sony, I'm going to say it. Damn it, I've spent enough money on their products. I'm going to say it. If they don't like it, they don't like it. Who cares what these stands say? They always say the same shit anyway. They like cattle. They regurgitate the same stuff that they hear from somebody that pinpoints something that tries to negate the truth. Always. Always. Now I'm seeing everybody trying to make every excuse to try to say that what the Xbox One X power, the power between that box is compared to the PlayStation 5 is that it's going to be close. It's going to be close. Yeah. Well, there's some third party developers saying that hey, it's not going to be that far of a difference. And then they're going to talk about every damn thing else. SSD drives that didn't work. Nobody didn't believe that. So now they're trying to come up with some other type of crazy talk because it sounds good. That doesn't work. Now they're trying to use what one or two, maybe three devs say because of uh, what third parties do. You know what I'm saying? But then in the article itself, it says, look, the game's going to have better. The games on the Xbox is going to have better frame rates, better resolution. Isn't that what PlayStation got they claim? The PlayStation 4 got their claim to fame to was resolution, frame rate, games running better. So if all these third-party games is going to run better, have better resolution on top of everything else with the ray tracing and the all this other stuff, then how in the hell is that different? If you know what I'm saying, that's just still saying that the Xbox One Series X is going to be a better console overall than the PlayStation 5. Just get over it. You can't one breath say it's all about the games, but then constantly keeps trying to downplay what the Xbox Series X is capable of doing. If it's all about the games, then talk about the games. But the only time that we hear something about games is always those big those Metacritic uh, sales and whatever else, because there's always a thousand third things that it could be. There's always three main things that they always use though, and then they kind of rotate the third one. It could be I don't know, graphics. It could be anything. It could be all types of different things. But it's always three topics that they always got to bring up about those same games. And if those games that they did talk about, remember they had all these charts. They used to have all of these charts. They used to talk about uh, these games come in there, and all the Xbox has only maybe like a little chart of like 5 or 6 or 7, 8 games, and then there'll be this big long ass chart on PlayStation about 30, 40 games. You don't see those no more because that whole exclusive talk is about to be dead. A lot of narratives that's been pushed from some of these stands has been falling. It's just been just falling apart within their face, and so they're mad. I get it. They're not getting beat in the power discussion. They're getting decimated. And then when you try to have a healthy debate with some of these people, and not all of them, because like I said, I talked to, I think his name is Black Forest, something like that. He's diehard PlayStation dude. He's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, me and Brap, we bump heads. Me and Knox, we bump heads. We cool. I don't have no issues with those people. You know what I'm saying? Even I bump heads with Porter Rock all the time, and it gets a little. I don't have no problems with Porter Rock. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of other, even Chris Hart. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's harmless. You know what I'm saying? He talks crazy because he wants the attention. I know he's trying to build his brand, his name up, and that's cool. But there's some people like this that are out there that just are disgusting, and they just have no, they don't care. Like I said, they're only here for the fuck shit. And having a logical conversation without trying to be nefarious and try to come out and just say just any crazy thing out there just because you want to have the sake of winning the argument is is pathetic. Because say calling me fat ain't gonna win the argument. You lost the argument because you've lost the debate. Because right now I'm talking about games, you're talking about my weight, and okay, I mean, what's that got to do with the game? Oh, you want to? Oh, well, you're an Xbox. You like bleeding edge. Well, absolutely, I do. So what's the point? I mean, am I supposed to be mad because I enjoy bleeding edge? This is all you get. Xbox. That's not. If I'm enjoying the game, why would I be upset? Why are you upset because I'm enjoying it? You just want scrap. No, I just like playing games. When you just talk to them in a way that they can't, if they see they can't out angle you, they want to try. Then they come with the lies. Then they come up with just imaginary bullshit that comes out of the left field, and I don't understand where that shit comes from. And then I got people coming to me saying, "Oh, somebody said this, somebody said." I just giggle. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it gets like really like they go this far out just to try to discredit somebody because of video games. At one point, it confused me because I'm like, I'm not even saying anything. I'm not even talking about nothing. I'm just talking about games. I'm not even talking about anything that that would that would cause this type of hate. But obviously, it does. And I can't even lie to you. At this point, I love it. I love every bit of it because what I see now is that these people, these stands, they can't they've been had their hands held for this whole generation, and now since they're getting a little bit of pushback from from all over the place, they can't handle it. You know what I'm saying? So it seems like a lot of Xbox gamers have gotten tough skin for getting hit across the head. And listen, I, my last point before I get out here because I know I went long, but and I normally do when I kind of do these type of things, but uh, it's kind of funny to look and see. It seemed like there was just so many people. There was people jumping ship. They were doing this. They were doing that. And they, now they got no choice but to dog out Xbox and keep that thing rolling and spinning and try to get that fan base over there of stands excited and happy just to hear something negative about Xbox while we heard that Unlocked uh, interview and how confident Phil Spencer was. You seen the body language. You felt the confidence of what the product that they're going to present to the gamers is. They feel confident about their push of buying these studios and having all these studios work on games, and there's so many different type of games that's going to be available. They seen that video. They seen that. They watched that, and I guarantee you that they tried to spin that and use that and say all this and that, and then when it all comes down to the main point is that uh, the Xbox fans seen it as well, and they enjoyed it. They knew it. They seen it, You go back and see Phil when Phil first started, when he was doing interviews, and you go back to this interview with Phil. It is night and day because he knew that the ship was almost sunk because of so many things that was going on. And then once the scalebound thing hit, it would almost seem, and then the crackdown thing hit, it almost seemed like it was damn. You know what I'm saying? We in some trouble. But he turned that ship around. And now when we hear the rumors about, PlayStation 5 getting hot, and that's one reason why we probably haven't seen the box yet, because they're trying to find the right design so it can stay cool. I'm not one of these people out here saying that the thing is going to turn to the red ring of death when they launch it, but I can guarantee you that there's probably a lot of problems going on right now because we haven't seen or heard anything. Eventually, they're going to have to show they're going to have to show the box. They're going to have to talk about everything else, so things will be fine. But they have to go through now their turnover, and that turnover is going to be just as problematic, if not worse, because of the fact that there was so many big level-headed people that's gone through the PlayStation 3 era, survived it, came back with the new generation with the PlayStation 4, and then kicked ass with it. Just like Phil went through this whole situation with the start of the Xbox One, and he had a voice, but he wasn't the one narrating and driving the ship. Now he's driving the ship. He already knows what needs to be done. He listened to the gamers. He's paid attention to the industry, and now they're coming out with a system, with a kick-ass system, and where they're gonna come up with kick-ass games, and it's gonna be fantastic for Xbox gamers. And the PlayStation stands know this, and they are trying to debunk it in any way possible. It is not gonna happen. All right. So I just wanted to get that off. Like I said, shout out to 100, gave me the inspiration. I just wanted to just say, hey, look, man, you guys need to calm down, pump the brakes, play your games, play. You know what I'm saying? I understand that they're one and dones, but you love them so much, so go back and keep playing them. Maybe you might discover something. I understand. Like I said, when I beat God of War, and I got God of War late, you know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Sin Vendetta for hooking me up with that game, man. You know, but again, I had to eat crow because I was scared of the game because they went a whole different direction, and then I realized that game was hot. It was dope. It's not as action packed as the old God of Wars. Um, it kind of it was a good game. It was really good. It was a really damn good game. One of the best games of 2018. Even though I thought Red Dead was the better game, but I mean it didn't matter. They were the two best games of that year. And uh, when I beat that game on the hardest level, I may add, it was less than 40% that beat the game. So hopefully it's up there now. Hopefully it's maybe up to 80% because I mean you keep talking about these bangers. You got to beat them. You got to beat them. You know, just saying. So everybody have a good one, man. I can't wait to hear the comments. And man, keep everybody keep safe. Um, spend time with your family. And for everybody out there that's going through a rough time, you know what I'm saying? My heart's with you. And I'll be praying for you, no doubt about it. So everybody have a good one. Everybody have a great Sunday. I will see you tonight streaming Fight Night. The first game will definitely be probably Injustice 2, and then we'll definitely be playing some Soul Calibur 6, and then whatever after that, have no idea. But everybody have a good one. Peace.